Ever wonder where the epic stories of Zeus, Hera, and Poseidon came from? It all starts not with a bang, but with chaos. Imagine a vast, empty void. From this nothingness, the first primordial deities emerged. Gaia, the earth; Tartarus, the deep abyss; and Eros, love. Gaia then gave birth to Uranus, the sky, and together they had the first generation of gods, the mighty Titans. But this divine family was far from happy. Uranus, fearing his children's power, imprisoned them deep within Gaia. This act of cruelty set the stage for a rebellion. Cronus, the youngest and most ambitious of the Titans, answered his mother's call for vengeance. He overthrew Uranus and took his place as the ruler of the cosmos. However, a prophecy foretold that Cronus would suffer the same fate as his father, to be overthrown by his own child. Terrified, Cronus devised a chilling solution. He would swallow each of his children as soon as they were born. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon all met this grim fate, but his wife, Rhea, couldn't bear it any longer. When their sixth child, Zeus, was born, she secretly whisked him away to the island of Crete. In his place, she gave Cronus a rock wrapped in swaddling clothes, which he promptly swallowed, none the wiser. Zeus grew up in secret, nurtured by nymphs, and protected by the sounds of clashing shields that masked his cries. When he came of age, he was ready to fulfill his destiny. He disguised himself and tricked Cronus into drinking a potion that made him regurgitate his swallowed children, now fully grown. The stage was set for the greatest war in mythological history, the Titanomachy, the war between the Titans and the Olympians. For 10 long years, the cosmos trembled as these two powerful factions clashed. The older Titans, led by Cronus, fought from Mount Olympus. The younger gods, led by Zeus and his siblings, fought from their new stronghold, Mount Olympus. The war was a brutal stalemate. The Olympians were powerful, but the Titans were experienced and unyielding. Realizing they needed allies, Zeus descended into the depths of Tartarus to free the Cyclopes, and the 100-handed giant Zeus had been imprisoned by Cronus. In gratitude, the Cyclopes forged incredible weapons for the gods: a thunderbolt for Zeus, a trident for Poseidon, and a helmet of invisibility for Hades. Armed with these new weapons, and backed by the sheer, overwhelming force of the 100-handers, the tide of the war turned. Zeus unleashed his mighty thunderbolts, shaking the very foundations of the universe. Poseidon's trident caused earthquakes and tsunamis, while Hades moved unseen. So in chaos, among the enemy ranks, the combined power was too much for the Titans. They were defeated, and most were cast down into Tartarus, imprisoned for eternity. With the Titans vanquished, the new generation of gods established their reign. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades drew lots to divide the cosmos. Zeus became the king of the gods and ruler of the sky. Poseidon claimed the seas, and Hades became the lord of the underworld. They made their home on the majestic Mount Olympus, a place high above the clouds, hidden from mortal eyes. Here, the 12 Olympian gods held court, alongside Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades' wife Persephone, who would join him later. There was Hera, Zeus's wife and queen of the gods; Demeter, goddess of the harvest; Hestia, goddess of the hearth; and the next generation, born from Zeus and others: Athena, the wise goddess of war; Apollo, the god of music and prophecy; Artemis, the huntress of the moon; Ares, the god of war; Aphrodite, the goddess of love; Hermes, the swift messenger; and Hephaestus, the master blacksmith. These 12 Olympians were not just distant rulers. They were deeply involved in the lives of mortals. They were patrons of cities, givers of laws, and inspirations for art and poetry. Their stories, filled with love, jealousy, heroism, and tragedy, became the bedrock of ancient Greek culture. They weren't perfect. They were flawed, emotional, and often acted on whims, making their tales incredibly human and relatable. The influence of these myths is truly staggering. Think about our language. Words like narcissism, echo, and Herculean effort all come from these ancient stories. Our planets are named after their Roman counterparts. Jupiter for Zeus, Mars for Ares, Venus for Aphrodite. The stories of the Olympians have inspired countless works of art, from Renaissance paintings to modern Hollywood blockbusters. They are woven into the fabric of Western literature, philosophy, and even psychology, with concepts like the Oedipus complex. From the primordial chaos to the gleaming halls of Mount Olympus, the rise of the Olympian gods is a story of rebellion, war, and the establishment of a new cosmic order. It's a timeless saga that continues to captivate and inspire us, reminding us of the enduring power of myth to explain our world and ourselves. These tales are more than just old stories. They are a fundamental part of our shared cultural heritage. Thanks for joining us on this journey back to ancient Greece. If you enjoyed this dive into mythology, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more epic tales. Let us know in the comments which god or hero you want to hear about next. Until then, stay curious.